What's going on, Tech Squad? I'm Andrew Edwards and you're watching Gear Live. Last week, Samsung invited me out to spend a day in Vegas to attend CinemaCon, where the company was announcing its line of brand new Samsung Onyx 4K LED movie theater displays. As I mentioned, I'm Andrew Edwards, editor-in-chief of GearLive.com. If this is your first time here, this channel is all about tech, gadgets, and gaming, so if you're into that kind of stuff, feel free to hit the subscribe button down below along with the bell notification icon so you don't miss any future videos. I was able to check out the Samsung Onyx movie theater displays and came away impressed. In this episode, I bring you all my thoughts on the Samsung Onyx and why I think this may be the movie theater screen of the future. As I mentioned, I was able to check out the new Samsung Onyx LED cinema screens. These are basically screens you're gonna find in a movie theater. These are not screens you're gonna buy for your home. However, the coolest part about them is that they really do mimic the experience you'd get in your home, at least with a flagship 4K HDR display. Now, before I get started with my thoughts, a couple of things I want to mention. First of all, Samsung did bring me out to Las Vegas and they sponsored this video. And second of all, I figured since it's a Samsung focused video, I would shoot the majority of my B-roll on the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus and its fantastic camera. Now, that's a decision I made on my own just because I thought it would make for some cool synergy, but also the video camera on this guy is pretty great. And by the way, in case you're interested, Samsung just literally announced a few minutes ago that they will be launching the S9 and S9 Plus here in the United States in both 128 and 256 gigabyte sizes. You can start pre-ordering on May 1st and they'll ship on May 18th. I will leave a link down below in case you're interested in checking out those higher capacity S9 and S9 Plus models. Now, as I mentioned, this all went down at CinemaCon in Las Vegas. CinemaCon is the largest gathering of movie theater owners in the world, where seemingly anyone who's anyone in the movie industry can be found, making this the perfect place to show off trailers and extended previews of upcoming movies, as well as new movie theater tech. And when I say extended previews, I don't mean like 5-minute previews of movies. They were actually showing about 20 to 30 minutes of upcoming movies that aren't even out in theaters yet. I'm talking about blockbuster movies. And apparently that's why it's so difficult to get into CinemaCon. Not just anyone can go to this apparently. You need to have some industry credentials in the movie theater or movie business to go. And the reason I was able to go is since Samsung was exhibiting, I was able to get in through them. Since CinemaCon is all about the movie industry, this made this the perfect place for Samsung to debut the Onyx. Now let me just say, I don't know about you guys, but I love the experience of going to the movies. If I wasn't so busy, I'd go to the movies 2 or 3 times per week. I'd see everything I'm interested in and even things I'm mildly interested in because I personally enjoy the movie-going experience. I'm also a MoviePass subscriber, which allows me to see a movie a day for $10 per month. In other words, I just love seeing movies. So when Samsung asked if I wanted to check out what they thought was the future of movie theater screens, as I started reading, I began to get more excited about checking it out and getting my eyes on this tech. The reason being is that it's not projector based. There is no movie theater projector in the back of the theater that needs to project onto a screen. Instead, with Samsung Onyx, it's an LED display just like you'd buy for your home, but obviously much bigger and much more advanced. The easiest way to describe Samsung Onyx is to liken it to the high-end flagship 4K HDR displays that you can buy for your home, but on a much grander scale. What this means is that you get a crisp 4K picture, you get the insane dynamic range from the HDR luminance, and you get the high contrast thanks to the true black capabilities. And as I mentioned, since it's LED, there is no need for a projector, and Samsung hit this point home to the movie theater industry by pointing out that this means that you can actually fit more movie theater seats in a movie theater because there's no need to actually build the projector room in the back. So all that space that's dedicated to the projector room can instead be used to add in more seating. So for super popular movies, you can fit more people in the theater and therefore make more money. Since these are 4K displays, they're able to show 2K, 4K, and even 3D images, all with HDR. In fact, since the Onyx is active 3D, you get a much better 3D experience than you're likely used to. If you've attended a 3D movie in the past, like I have, you probably notice immediately that the screen gets dimmer. You lose a lot of the brightness as soon as you put those 3D glasses on. Typically, about 30 to 35% of the brightness is lost, as well as half the resolution. You think you're watching a 1920 by 1080, a 1080p movie. You're actually watching 1920 by 540. So you're basically losing half the resolution to enjoy typical 3D in movie theaters. With the Onyx, you're getting the full 1080p picture and you only lose about 10 to 15% of the brightness when you put on the 3D glasses. This was made evident when we watched clips of Black Panther and The Nut Job. Both looked spectacular. It was fantastic. It was great. The depth, the immersion, and especially not losing that brightness. That's my biggest pet peeve of watching 3D movies in theaters. Samsung Onyx displays do also offer one other benefit over projection, one that I didn't even think about, but that's that they work much better with ambient light. What this means is people can enjoy movies without sitting in total darkness. So imagine dine-in experiences where you have some ambient light so you can see your food, or esports tournaments where there's enough light where you can see your controller and keyboard and mouse, or even events for kids like birthday parties where they can enjoy a movie but sit in a bright room. So for me, after sampling Samsung Onyx, the first question I had naturally was, when can I see this technology where I live here in the Seattle area? Unfortunately, there is no Samsung Onyx screen out here just yet. The first one that opened up is about an hour north of Los Angeles. So if you're out there, go ahead and check it out. You will not be disappointed. Samsung also has 2 Onyx theaters in South Korea, 1 in Switzerland, and 2 more in China. They're planning to have 10 installed worldwide by summer and 30 by the end of 2018. Fingers crossed for Seattle. But now I want to hear from you guys. Drop a comment down below and let me know if you're as big of a movie buff as I am. Do you enjoy going to the movies? Would you rather wait until something is streaming so you can just watch it at home? Drop a comment down below. I'll meet you there and we will talk about it. But there you have it, guys. That was your look at the Samsung Onyx LED cinema displays. Again, big shout out to Samsung for bringing me out to CinemaCon to check out the displays and for sponsoring this video. Be on the lookout for the Samsung Onyx technology to hit your local theaters. It really is a sight to behold. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please do drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget, if you haven't done so already, you can click or tap on my face when it appears here at the bottom of the screen in order to subscribe for free to the channel so you don't miss any future videos. Again, thank you so much as always for watching. I appreciate your support. I'm Andru Edwards, and I will catch you in the next video.